Effective immediately, it is no longer permitted to buy, sell, transport, import, or use military-grade assault weapons in this country.
In the fight for your heart and mind, it really does come down to language. Hi, I'm Brian Lilly, political columnist with the Toronto Sun, and let me walk you through what's going on with Justin Trudeau and his attempt at a gun ban. And as I do, I'll explain to you how it's a fight over language. It's not a fight about making you safer or about stopping actual gun violence. It's a fight about language and how you feel about things. I want to point you to a magazine article from 2016. It's written by a guy named Dave Brown. He's a firearms instructor. He's consulted with police forces across Canada on issues related to guns. And in this magazine article, it's in Blue Line. This is the independent, most popular police magazine in the country. It says, don't call them assault rifles. Let me read to you directly. These are not assault rifles or military weapons. They have no full auto capability. Now, why does that matter? Because time and again, Justin Trudeau and his ministers have tried to say that they are banning assault weapons or military-grade assault rifles.
Today, we are closing the market for military-grade assault weapons in Canada. We are banning 1,500 models and variants of these firearms by way of regulations. These weapons were designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time.
All of these terms used to try and scare you. Now, here's the simple fact. These are not military-grade assault rifles. As I've described before, I'm someone who's actually trained in the military, unlike Justin Trudeau. I've been around an awful lot of rifles, and these would not make the cut when it comes to the military. First off, they can't fire fully automatic. Even Cold War rifles that I trained on back in the 1980s and 1990s, they allowed for you to fire fully automatic. They also allowed you to fire more than 5 rounds out of magazine. In Canada right now, you can't have anything more than 5 rounds for a rifle magazine. Otherwise, it's illegal. But banning illegal weapons is not what this is all about. This is about taking rifles away from people who already follow the law and scaring you with language. Let me read to you again from what Dave Brown wrote in his article about these AR-15s, which are now in police cars. That's why he was writing about it, by the way. The AR-15 that's being banned, it's now what's called a patrol carbine in police terminology, but it is by all measure an AR-15 and would be banned if these were for civilian operation. But Brown says you've got to win the hearts and minds by using the right terminology. Don't scare people that police are becoming militarized. Stop pushing buttons. Avoid words on which an untrained public will focus. Patrol carbines are not a military weapon. They are not an assault rifle, military rifle, or machine gun. This is what the language that police forces across the country adopted to convince you that they needed these rifles in their cars. Now, I have no problem with police officers having these rifles in their cars, but I want to point out that on the AR-15 alone, more than 83,000 of them exist in Canada by legal licensed gun owners. Among the various firearms that are being banned, there's somewhere between 250 and 300,000 are the estimates. They haven't been used in crimes. These are not crime guns. In fact, time and again, what we find out is that crime guns are illegal, smuggled in ones. RCMP have just admitted that of the 4 firearms that Gabriel Wortman used in his rampage in Nova Scotia, the one that they're using to premise this gun ban on, all 4 of them were actually illegal. He had 2 illegal handguns and 2 illegal long guns. All but one of them are sourced to the United States. And as I've put forward, my guess is that the one that was sourced to Canada was a stolen or lost RCMP pistol. Why? Because Gabriel Wortman wanted so badly to be an RCMP officer. He bought a car, made it look like one. He bought a uniform, made it look like one. I'm betting that he bought one of the stolen or missing RCMP pistols. And the Trudeau government's response to this is to say, we're going to take guns away from licensed gun owners. Guns not used in crimes, guns that are not the problem on the streets, and we're going to spend more than twice as much on that as we will on fighting gun crime and smuggling at the border. It's a sick and perverse, twisted view of trying to make the public feel like something's being done to stop gun crime. I'm not denying gun crime's a problem. It is. But they're not focused on the right target. And nothing that they are doing or promising to do is going to make you any safer, regardless of the words they use or the lies and stories they tell you.